Hi, I'm going to show you how to use Gravit Designer, the free version. So as I said in my instructions, please first in your browser log into your school Gmail account, like Google Classroom. After you've logged into that, then open a new tab and go click on the link in the instructions, and you'll get to this page, the designer.gravit.io. And from here, you want to click on Login with Google, right down here. I'm going to pop up one or more windows. You have to, select your Gmail account, and you may have to click on another window, like just the first time you ever do it. I know I had to. I think right now, it was just taking a second. And then it asks you, what do you want to work on? And it's kind of a daunting window, but I say go to paper size here and just choose 8.5 by 11. It's a regular piece of paper, and it'll open up a document. And then right here in the middle is your canvas where you can draw things. So for this week, I'd like you to play around with the functions that are in this program. And let's start by drawing some sort of shapes. I'd like you to draw a couple shapes. And then I want you to union them together. We'll see. If you select two shapes, you see they're separate shapes. But over right here, it says create compound shape. That's a function. It's an interesting function, a little different than Inkscape union, because you see the two shapes are separate, and yet when you move your mouse away, they're a single unit. And then furthermore, there's another function in here that says convert to a path. So right now this is two shapes that are created into a single compound shape. And if you say convert to path, it's like saying object to path in Inkscape. See now, there aren't those two separate things. And in fact, if you double click, you've got nodes, just like in Inkscape. You can hold down the control key and then use your mouse wheel to zoom in. And I'd like you to, as part of this week's assignment, to mess around with the nodes a little bit, just so you can relive the glory of that. That was interesting. I wonder, I haven't tried it, but I wonder, you can double click and that makes a new node, just like with Inkscape. So you can double click and then you have a place where you can do that. So I want you to create some sort of weird shape by putting a couple of shapes together, making a compound shape, and then turning it into a path. So that's part one. I'd like you to create a series of other shapes. So I'm just going to make a star, and then if you hold, you can Control D for duplicate. It makes a copy. I'd like you to duplicate some stars, but you can do whatever shape you want. I'm just saying stars. And then I want you to select all of them. And then under the Modify menu, I want you to go to Align. And first I want you to see Align Bottom, where they're all aligned now on the bottom. And then I want you to do Align, and then down here, Distribute horizontally. We'll spread them out so they're evenly distributed. You can see how their overlapping parts are all the same. That's good. I'd like you to draw something with the pen tool. And you'll notice there's a freehand tool and then the pen tool, either one. When I tried to use the Bezigan, it told me I needed the Pro version of the software. And so anything that says Pro next to it, just ignore that, because we're not paying for this. But the pen tool, you can click and drag. It's just like one of Inkscape's pen tools. If you just click, it does straight lines. But if you click and drag, it gives you one of these handle ones, where you can change the angle. So if I double click, you can see these round ones have the handles. You can change their curve. So I want you to do something with the pen tool. Just create something. I want you to do something with the text tool. let's see, I would like to get off of the drawing before I do the text tool. I'm drawing text, and I'd like you to put your name, and I'd like you to change the font. It's over here. Oh, nice. There's a bunch of crazy fonts. But that's good. And let's see, I got plenty of room still. We got the path, we got the pen, we got the align tools. In fact, I'm going to move the star so that when I do the align thing, they're not overlapping. I'm not going to be worried about exactly how you do it, but the idea was to distribute them evenly across some sort of range and then have them be lined up, like align middle, align bottom, that sort of thing. Let's look a couple other, let's duplicate this text. You can flip things. This will go 90 degrees, until you go back around. But also you can flip things vertically like that. It's like a mirror function. So I'd like you to do that. Let's see, when you have something selected, this is like layer stuff. There's a grouping function, group and ungroup. That's if you want to have things be moving together but not be a single path. Let's see, we should talk about saving. Go to the File menu and say Save. And when you save, you'll get asked what you want to name it down here at the bottom. I'm going to say Sample Creation. You could say your name, and you could just say your name. That'd be fine. And then by default, it's going to save it in the cloud. That's like in the free account they give you up there. You see up here, it says it's saving. Hey, Sample Creation, synchronizing. And then finally, what I want you to do, when you've created whatever crazy thing you want, but it's got to have your name, a row of shapes that you've aligned, a path, a creation you made with some shapes where you made them a single unit, and then a little bit of pen drawing. We'll call that good for this week. Then I want you to save it. I just made changes, so I'm saving it again. And then I want you to click the share button up here. See the share button? And so sharing is on, and you could leave these options enabled. Say copy, and then I want you to go to the Google Classroom and turn in this link for this assignment. When you let's see, why don't I show you? I don't have the assignment created right now, but I should be able to just turn this in on a different assignment. So we'll go Project Make, and I'll just go to the Mother's Day assignment so you can see. And oh yeah, right, I can't do it because I'm the teacher. Anyway, oh well. But you turn it in as a link, everything will be good. Actually, I know how I can do it. Sorry to waste your time here. I've got another browser that's logged in as the Laser, and it has access as a student. So if you're in an assignment and you want to turn in a link, you can come in here and say add, and then you just say link, and you paste. You got that link on your clipboard, and then you see it saved it right there, and then don't forget to say turn in. And don't turn it in for the Mother's Day assignment. That would be silly. All right, so that's what I'm expecting and hoping from you this week from Gravit. Thanks.